We've got Tori Holmes hanging out, creative director and Riverfront market manager from Old Town Cape with the Downtown Sculpture exhibit. We look forward to this every year. Good morning, Tori.
Good morning, Fawn. So happy to be talking to you.
Yeah, me too. I don't have trouble with phones from Israel in the UK. Nothing but just in Cape. If you live in Cape, I can't get your phone to work. Yep, it's the weirdest dang thing.
And it doesn't ring. Every time you call me, I look down, I'm waiting right by my phone, and maybe 5 seconds later I see a missed call, and I'm like, how in the world?
Yeah, and I hear that all the time. I used to not believe people because I'm like, seriously, how can it only happen in Cape? But it's happening to you. I don't know.
It's so true.
It's so weird. But cool stuff coming up starting, next week and a half.
It is crazy. This is a quick turnaround for a sculpture exhibition. So this is the first year we've taken this over. As Old Town Cape, usually the Arts Council does it, but they've expanded their efforts. So we've kind of taken over this little downtown project. And we are super excited to be able to double that stipend for the artists this year. It's going to be a $2,000 stipend for each artist. And we have been able to provide them with lodging this year at the Rockwood Inn. So we also got to support another downtown local small business.
It's just, that's fabulous because, I don't always understand art. And I think everybody who's honest can say that because everybody sees something different when they look at it.
Exactly.
So we love these sculptures. We sit and we stare at them. And I talk to the kids. I'm like, what do you see? It's almost like looking at the clouds when you were a kid and you laid on the grass and you looked up, oh, look at that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And we're really hoping for that sort of interaction from the community. So field trips, self-led tours, and like you said, I kind of take myself on a self-led tour every day down Broadway because that's how I drive for work. So selfishly, I love those sculptures too because it's my entrance to work every day.
Yeah, and it's cool too. And I like when they switch them out because after a while, you forget they're there. And then, because you've seen them. Yeah. And so you drive by and you're like, oh, there's a new one. So you got to stop and you got to look. So how many are we getting?
We are getting 6 sculptures from 6 different artists this year. And that will be on September 5th. So, like I said, a quick turnaround. So they will install the morning of Friday, September 5th, and then the exhibition/meet and greet will be at Broadway Bistro from 5 to 6 that evening. And it will actually be a first Friday, and we'll have a Tunes at Twilight at 6:30. So a bunch going on that Friday, and super excited about it.
Very cool. So where do you get these sculptures?
Well, that is a good question because we have sent out mass emails to artists. We've released the application on our website, social media, things like that. So these artists sort of just find us in a way. We put the information out there, and we just hope that artists find us, and they have. We've had people apply, so we're really thankful that these artists are coming out of the woodworks and seeing how important this is to downtown.
It's very important, and I think that like when the river boats stop and stuff, I see them walking Broadway because the word's gotten out that we have them.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think so too. I think it's a good tourist attraction as well for those riverboat guests. People staying at the Marriott downtown, anybody in town for business or work.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, so when are they all going to be installed and sitting there?
Friday, September 5th, the morning before the exhibition, they will be installed on Broadway. So each artist will have a certain time slot that they are given, and they will install their sculpture during that time.
Okay. Do you know what they are at all?
We do not. So the application is still out there, and it's due August 1st, so it's coming up very quickly. So we will know by August 4th whose sculptures will be on Broadway.
Okay.
Yep, so keep an eye on our social medias. We'll post and represent these artists and let the community know who won.
Yeah, well, and it is winning because some of them get a stipend for their work, right?
They all get a $2,000 stipend for their work.
Well, dang, I'm going to start sculpting.
You should.
Yeah, if I could weld, I would do it because I think, these things are heavy. They go...
Yes.
They go into a spot where they need to withstand Missouri weather, so they They need to be heavy.
And that's a little bit of everything.
Good stuff.
But these artists put so much time and effort, and like you said, these are huge sculptures, and we are just so grateful that they're willing to put those in our downtown corridor.
I love it too. You know, my favorite one we had this past year, and not to be judgy, but you know, you're right. Everybody has an opinion with their favorite. The kids always liked the one that was yellow, that had the different abstract objects all over it. They loved that one.
The one in front of Annie Laurie's, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
It was so unique.
Yeah, and it was like I was trying to get into the mind of the artist. What happened? Did that person as a child that made them doing this? They played with a lot of Legos, I think. I'm not sure. All right, but when the people get told that their sculpture or whatever has been picked, that's a big deal. And we've had local people there before.
Yes, we already have one local artist that has applied, so it's very exciting to know we have these people in our community, and we get to represent them as well. It just comes full circle with this event. It's really awesome.
Sorry, I was sneezing, so I heard about half of that because I sneezed super loud. All right, but excuse me, Broadway Bistro and Event Center are donating their venue space. Now that, my friend, is a hidden treasure. That place is a hidden treasure. I didn't know they were there until I saw their little sign that they said that's a breakfast all day, and I'm a sucker for breakfast. So Monkey and I went in there, and their food is off the charts.
It is. It's delicious. And have you been downstairs to the thrift shop?
Well, you know, yes, I have, and I grabbed a couple things, and they are going to be Christmas gifts, so I'm not going to say anything further about what I saw downstairs.
But you did find some treasures downstairs, too.
Oh, man, I did. And, you know, everybody wants a Louis or a Yves Saint Laurent something. They have some of those there. Some are knockoffs, some are real. But you know what? A teenager doesn't need a real one. Let them walk around and think they have a knockoff. All right, so
exactly.
It's all about the sculptures, and they're coming back to Cape. You switch them out every year, don't you, or is it 2?
So this is our first year taking over. Old Town Cape has taken over for 2025 and beyond. Before then, I'm not too sure. It was the Arts Council of Southeast Missouri. Mm-hmm. I think it was every year up until the last 2 years. I think they did 2 years the last round.
Yeah.
So this will be a new, fresh round of sculptures I think we're all ready for.
And I think they should stay 2 years because it gives you enough time to acclimate yourself and to really, really kind of take them in. And plus, you know, that, I mean, it's part of the Cape. It's part of Cape.
Right. And we may work on that, too. Like I said, this is our first year, so this is going to be a big learning experience for us. So right now, like I said, a quick turnaround here right now and next year. Next year, we don't want to have this event in September. We would rather have it in the summertime. Mm-hmm. So we will actually have it next year in June. So we'll be switching them out in June, and when we have our next interview, I can let you know if we're going to keep them 2 years next time.
Okay, awesome stuff. Toria Holmes, Creative Director, Riverfront Market Manager, Old Town Cape. Thank you, ma'am.